Mike Ramos here with Momentum Realty. We're at my newest listing on 2121 Sunstruck Court. We're here with the #1 home inspector in the Bay Area. We got DJM Inspections. We have Dennis.
Hi, I'm Dennis with DJM Inspections. I'm here with Mike Ramos. I'm here to check the functionality of all the items in the home, the safety devices in the home, and overall just to make sure that his client and the buyers are receiving a property in good shape.
All right, so we're going to check out first.
Okay, so one of the most important places in the kitchen, and one of the biggest selling points for a home, is the kitchen. You want everything to work in the kitchen. In the kitchen, all the electrical outlets should be GFCI protected. That's a ground fault circuit interrupter. What this is a circuit breaker right at the outlet. If it was to short out, which is what pushing this button will do, it'll turn off. Now there's no more electricity there. If you were handling water and somehow got electrocuted, that would shut that outlet off and you're now safe. Another thing you want to do is dishwashers. They're a common area for leakage. This is the air gap. You want to make sure your dishwasher has an air gap. This prevents dirty water from going back in the dishwasher. As the dishwasher spits the water out, it comes up here and goes down into the garbage disposal. If this was leaking, that would mean that there's a clog somewhere in the pipe and dirty water could be going back into the dishwasher. I also want to make sure that the range works, the gas range. I want to make sure that the igniter works on all of them and that they'll ignite and shut off. I have a gas meter that if I smell gas, I can go out to my truck, get the gas meter, check to see if there's any gas smell, but right now it's okay. Also, another thing you want to make sure is that the windows all operate properly. There's no breach seals. This is a double pane window. There's 2 panes of glass with gas in the middle. That creates both a thermal and a noise barrier from the outside. I want to make sure that the windows are in good shape. Another place where you're going to spend a lot of your time, especially your kids, is the bedroom. So what I want to make sure in the bedroom is I will check all the electrical outlets to make sure they're wired properly. I'll make sure the lights work. Okay, this one's not working, so that's something that's going to be on my report. Also, every bedroom has to have a smoke detector. So I'll check to make sure there's a smoke detector. In dealing with a multi-level house, the stairs are also important. You want to make sure that the rise and the run is 11 inches to 7 inches, so you'll have a natural cadence as you're walking up the stairs. And if there were balusters here, which are the spindles that come up from the bottom, you want to make sure they're no more than 4 inches wide. This is a solid banister here, so we don't have to worry about that here. Now we're in a bathroom. In the bathroom, very important that all electrical outlets are GFCI protected. So as you can see, when I plug it in here, we're getting a good grounded signal. And when I push this, it resets. So this now does not have power in it. Also in the bathroom, I want to make sure the hot water comes out of the left spigot. The current building practices put the hot water coming out of the left faucet handle. So you want to make sure they all come out of the left for the hot water. In here, you want to make sure that the toilet is tight to the floor. So what we do is a little toilet dance and try to move the toilet, and the toilet's okay, so the toilet's very good. I'll also make sure that the shower drains and that there's no breaches in the caulking in the shower, because if there's even a breach in the caulking down here, water from the shower can get in there and get into the subfloor and damage the ceiling below and the subfloor here. In every house, you need to have a smoke detector in every bedroom, but also a smoke detector in the hallway, like here, and a carbon monoxide detector outside the bedrooms. This one could be either mounted on the wall, or you can have it, just present in the area outside the bedrooms. When I inspect any house, I'll let in my report, I'll let the buyer and the seller know that you have a washer and a dryer. You have a 240 outlet, which means that this is an electric dryer. I'll also look to see if there's a gas line. That way you could have either a gas or electric dryer. I'll make sure that there's a hot and cold water setup. This right here is a what they call a water hammer device. Sometimes when you turn valves off, you'll hear like a pounding in the pipes. This prevents it. I'll make sure that it has the wastewater has a place to go, and it also has a 120 hookup for the washing machine. This is the door to the garage. This is actually an extension of this firewall. The most obvious place for a home, other than the kitchen, to have a fire is the garage. In the garage you spill paint, you have an automobile with gasoline, motorcycle, all sorts of flammable liquids, and you have the water heater, which is also gas powered. So because of that, this door needs to be made of fire-resistant materials and have a mechanism to close automatically. That door closes automatically. With the garage door, there's two safety features. One feature is that if the garage door starts to shut, you can put just minimum resistance on it. It should automatically reverse. And most importantly are the light beams right here. The light beams are there no more than 6 inches off the floor. So if you have a small pet or a child coming through, they'll break that beam and they'll shut the garage door will reverse its direction. Multi-unit complex, so the roof more than likely is covered by the HOA, but in a single family home or a townhouse where the roof is not covered, I would go up and I would check the roof. Like right here you see those are concrete tiles. They look like clay tiles, but nowadays they're almost all concrete. I'll check to make sure that the flashings are on there correctly. The rain gutters are intact. There's no holes in them. There's no leaking at seams, and that the downspouts come all the way to the ground in a uniform fashion, and that right here we have below grade. That means the water goes into a storm drain, not into the sewer. Also, when you're looking at the outside here, you'll see that little pipe coming out the window. That tells me that the furnace is in the attic, and what that is that's the condensate pipe. If the pan was to overflow, was to not have enough drainage, that pipe would be leaking. And that's just a little secondary drainage to let you know that something's wrong with the furnace. This one's nice and dry, so I don't anticipate any problems there. On the outside of the house, you can also see, I can tell from this sewer line here that this is not on a septic system. This is on a sewer system. And this is the water meter is in this container, and this means that this is also on public water. So we're done with the inspection. It's been about 2.5 hours. After this, I've got all my information and photos on my camera. I'll upload it to a document that I'll send to the realtor. He can then pass it on to all of his potential buyers and the seller for their perusal. And I'll give him the invoice, and we're done.
Cool. Thanks, Nancy. I appreciate it. How much do I owe you?
How much you got?
I don't know. Let me see. Let me count.
That's good. Thank you.
Okay.